Germany's coalition collapsed after Chancellor Olaf Scholz fired FDP leader and finance minister Christian Lindner. The decision followed months of internal disputes over budget policy, border control, and the government's overall direction. Shortly after the dismissal, Scholz was forced into a Vertrauensfrage, a vote of confidence in the Bundestag. This vote is used to confirm whether a sitting chancellor still has support from parliament. Scholz lost. That defeat led directly to a snap election. In the federal election, the CDU-CSU alliance secured the top spot with 28.5% of the vote. The far-right AfD followed with a significant 20.8%, marking major gains. The SPD, once the governing party, fell to just 16.4%. The Greens earned 11.6%, while the FDP failed to meet expectations with only 4.3%. Die Linke reached 8.8%, BSW came in at 4.9%, and other parties accounted for 4.7%. These results made it clear no party could govern alone. A coalition was necessary to form a new majority. As leader of the strongest party, Friedrich Merz was tasked with forming a new government. A coalition between the Union, that is CDU and CSU, and the AfD would have been the mathematically easiest option. Together, they hold nearly 50% of the vote. But that option was never seriously considered. All mainstream parties in Germany, including the CDU and CSU, have ruled out any cooperation with the AfD, so, due to its far-right positions, ongoing investigations into extremist ties, and its stance on immigration and democratic institutions. Instead, the Union turned to the SPD, forming a more traditional and internationally acceptable coalition, despite the ideological distance between them. After multiple rounds of negotiations, Merz finalized a coalition agreement with the SPD, led by Lars Klingbeil and Saskia Esken, and the CSU, led by Markus Söder. This new government brings together Germany's two main centrist blocs, with a conservative base in Bavaria. Since the election, citizens have been waiting for the full details of the coalition agreement. Today, during a press conference in Berlin, the full contract was published. It outlines the political roadmap for the next 4 years. Before we dive into the key policy changes, take a second to like this video and subscribe. Now, let's get into what this coalition actually agreed on. Here are the key terms, grouped by policy area. 1. Migration and integration. End irregular migration with stricter border controls and deportations, especially for criminal offenders and security threats. Cancel the fast-track naturalization rule. Citizenship after 3 years will be scrapped. The standard will return to 5 years minimum. Limit Germany's voluntary resettlement programs for asylum seekers. Ukrainian refugees arriving now will no longer receive Bürgergeld. They will instead fall under the standard asylum seeker benefits system. Second, labor and welfare. Bürgergeld, the current unemployment benefit, will be scrapped. It will be replaced with a new basic security system focused on moving people into employment faster. The traditional 8-hour workday will be made more flexible. Weekly working hours will be negotiated with labor unions and employers. The national pension level, or Rentenniveau, will be locked at 48%, ensuring stability for retirees. 3. Economy and industry. Starting in 2028, corporate tax rates will be gradually lowered over 5 years. The government will introduce a new industrial electricity price to support heavy manufacturing sectors. There will be increased support for small and mid-sized businesses and efforts to cut excessive bureaucracy. 4. Education and digitalization. Significant new investments will be made in public schools and digital infrastructure. A new Ministry for Digitalization and State Modernization has been created under CDU control. Teachers will receive special training focused on anti-Semitism, prevention, and awareness. 5. Defense and security. Germany's defense budget will rise sharply in line with NATO commitments. A National Security Council will be created under the Chancellery. to centralized defense, cybersecurity, and crisis coordination. This coalition marks one of the most complex and far-reaching political alliances in recent German history. It brings big changes in nearly every major policy area, from migration and social welfare to defense and digital transformation. This is Timeline Brief. Subscribe for more breakdowns that cut through the noise. Like and share if you want others to understand the facts fast.